As a pod, after our presentation of our lesson plan, we did realize that there were some issues that we did miss and some issues where we didn't meet what we were supposed to be doing. But together we thought that by changing our whole lesson plan, it was going to take longer than needed to. So we just kept the original one that we did already present. So the content standards is History, Social Science 11.3.1, which is where students analyze the role of religion played in the founding of America, its lasting moral, social, and political impacts, and issues regarding religious liberties. And their substandard 1 describes the contribution of various religious groups of American civil principles and social reform movements. Our learning objective is where scholars will be able to describe how religious groups contribute to American civil principles through an outline of a minimum of 5 examples from the assigned reading, 5 flashcards, or mind map with 5 branches. The level of blooms applied in the learning objective is comprehension. The first E, which is engagement, would take fairly among 15 minutes. This is where we have the students have an assigned reading, so that way when they're coming prepared to class to explore the topics relating their readings, which we've assigned around 3 to 5 pages, and this is to be done at home. This will just help open up discussion on the topic with the questions the following day that they have. Like an example question would be, what do you know about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? And we've done this because reading prior to class really helps fill in content gaps and really alerts the student that what they need to improve through maybe additional research, which is go deeper into what was already assigned. And this helps students come really prepared to class, since what we figured was, since they are 11th graders, we want to have that flipped classroom where they're doing homework at home, but they're doing it in order to gain knowledge on what they'll be doing during class, maybe hopefully the following day. For exploration, it's going to take around 15 minutes as well, and this is where teachers put students into groups. The students will create an outline using topics discussed in the assigned reading for the main American civic principles of religious group. An example would be, what did Martin Luther King Jr. do? And together we discuss how putting into groups allows the 21st century skills of collaboration, communication, creativity, and critical thinking. This is where students can become more independent from the teacher, and where the teacher can just listen and watch what the students are doing, making sure that they're on topic, answering any questions that they have. And it allows the group to lead their own discussion and think of their own ideas and not rely solely on the teacher. For explanation, we made sure that this was a little bit longer, so it was 30 minutes, and it provided certain questions for students to answer in the groups and have them make connections to reading. Students will lead discussion on content and use the information they gathered in their outline flashcards and mind map to build upon the questions the teacher is providing. For example, one would be, how did Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. use religion to support the civil rights movement as a leader? We've done this since by letting the students discuss in groups, it allows them to express different ideas and to introduce unique cultures and produce creativity. This allows them to get a different perspective on the topic. It also allows the teacher to guide the discussion slightly and see where the students are with their material that they've done on their own. And for elaboration, this is also going to take 30 minutes, but after discussions, the students will come together as a whole class to summarize and discuss what they've learned. So this is where the students are leading discussions about the questions that were given or questions that they've had when they were doing their research. This is because students will be able to, we've done this since students are given time to discuss their ideas with those other than their groups, and they will summarize what they have found amongst what they've learned from other groups of the entire class. This is where evaluation, the last E, comes in, which is roughly around 10 minutes, since students are at the same level of understanding, and this is where they can ask questions if they found any information confusing. The students have met the minimal of 5 principles. If not, then create an order to reassess. Students will then complete either on an outline of the 5 examples from the assigned reading using 5 flashcards representing examples, or by the mind map of 5 branches. This is just so the students are allowed to bring together information and knowledge that they have received and then presenting it in a creative manner, as well as allowing the teacher to make a formative assessment based on it. If the students were able to meet the given quantified. And this is just where everything that they've done before in the E's previously are coming together, and this is where we're really giving the finish and showing the products that the students are using in our lesson plan.